Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Behind Closed Door with Mamaliez. Is about sharing of inspiring stories with unconditional love and respect. So before I go on tonight, I'm just gonna share what we're gonna do tomorrow at 4 o'clock. As you know, I also have my Saturday show. Mama Liz wants to learn with Dr. Nina, one of my favorite guests. So tomorrow we're gonna talk about all about anxiety. Yeah, we'll be on at 4 p.m. and she'll be coming in from Doha, Qatar. As you know, especially during the pandemic, I'm sure we all of us face this kind of anxiety, especially during the pandemic. We're so afraid of things, and me as a mother also, I always sometimes become anxious about our own health. So please join in tomorrow and meet with me with Dr. Nina Hafiz. Okay. So tonight I got a special guest, Captain James Foong. So I found him in LinkedIn, and I think he has some nice, very interesting life talk, and he's very down to earth. He's funny and all that. And I saw some of his shows. He's very relaxed, and I think he's a very inspiring guy. So I was wondering how this very enigmatic person, what's behind? Who is this person? So I mean, what drives him? And that's why I wanted to invite him tonight to share his inspiring life journey, to how he overcame his challenges to be who he is today. So how from being last in class in school, broke the stereotypes, got scholarships, and became the distinguished captain of the year. Okay, Captain James is a professional marine offshore. Has an MBA shipping and logistics. He is also a master mariner, council member, associate fellow of Nautical Institute, and a Gem Talk 101 live host show LinkedIn. So let's welcome Captain James Fan. Where is he? Yeah, let me add him.
Hi, hello, hello.
Bravo! I still need to figure out, okay, how to do that thing yang ada lagu macam roll itu kan. I don't know. So I kena tepuk sendiri. Thank
Apa nama?
hi James. Thank you so much. Can I call you Captain or do I call you James?
I think just call me James lah. I think
Okay
it's okay.
lah, tapi boring lah. I suka lah cakap panggil captain baru best
Boleh,
sikit.
boleh, boleh
Bukan
juga.
selalu dapat cakap dengan captain tau. So before, maybe would you like to give a short introduction of yourself?
Yeah, sure. Okay, hi everyone. My name is James. I'm actually on LinkedIn, spending most of my time on LinkedIn, where I always believe on personal branding, and also heavyweight stereotype breaker that I always believe new things, innovation, and try to change the mindset of common people, and
Right.
being very distinguished yourself on platform like this. Mhm.
Okay. So maybe before we get back to the word distinguish, okay?
Mhm.
So where maybe you can share a little bit. Okay, before we go on, I just want to say anyone who's listening in, just let us know where are you listening in from. Are you in Malaysia or outside Malaysia? Oh, we have Casey Tan. Hi,
Hey, hi,
Casey.
Casey. Hello.
Kazi, that they met you. The other day he was also on my show. So
Mhm.
today we have Captain James Fong. Okay, so just share with us, Captain James. Let us know how was your childhood like? How was your father like? And how was your mom like? And what kind of influence they have in you that make who you are today? You know.
Mhm. Well, let me think how can I start with this. I think, Mamaliez, you have the echo behind. Maybe you
Yeah.
can.
Okay. Yeah. Let me see. Okay, probably use my earphones.
Oh, okay. No problem. So,
Is it better?
yes.
Okay. All right. Is it better?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. Talking about my childhood time, I think because my parents, both of them are actually working in a government sector. My dad was working with Malaysia Airlines for the
Mm.
past 40 years. I still remember his last year is the year when MH370 actually missing. He left, he retired from MAS a month before the incident. Yeah. And my mom
Oh.
actually spent 35 years in Telecom Malaysia. So
Mm.
both of them is a corporate person, and because they are working with the government sector, they always tell us try to find a secure job, especially my
Mm.
mom trying to
Mm.
say looking for long-term job. Nothing about entrepreneur is very new to them. So my dad itself asking me look for pilot, become an aircraft pilot, because during those days in the industry, especially the airline industry, they
Mm.
are obviously paying quite high salary
Yeah.
for a young
Mm.
age.
Mm.
So I was actually being very inspired to be a pilot at a very young age, because we have these free tickets from the flight from Malaysia Airlines. So
Mm.
at a very young age, I think around 3 or 5, we started travel around the world.
Right.
Quite frequent, we go to Hong Kong because we have relative there. We are not from a very rich family, so most of the time we always tumpang tidur, dekat kita punya relative lah. We have relative in Hong Kong, Australia, New Zealand, so merata-rata. So it's about
Right.
the free ticket, so we stay different places. So I'm very inspired with the pilots. They especially
Mm.
I still remember I always waited all the passenger to leave the plane, and the last people coming out from the plane is the pilots.
Ah.
Yeah, so I very inspired. Each time I see the pilots, I will stop everything. Even minum air, I pun akan berhenti. Cuma nak tengok, very kagum lah. I feel, wow, I was just a small boy, like maybe 7 or 8 years old. I just wanted to be there. Not because of glamour, maybe because I like the uniform. And and
Ah.
and, and air steward dia tak ada uniform, dia cuma ada coat je kan. Tapi
Ah.
pilot ada uniform, so I really like it so much.
With
So
the with the topi all lah.
with the
Very
topi and
smart.
all. So wow, sometimes the topi, apit tepi,
Oh,
wow, I see
oh.
chest up, I really like
Very
it lah.
very distinguished lah, gentleman
Yeah,
kan.
yes. Those are the
Okay,
days lah. Yeah.
I see. So that's how you started looking. Well, I want to be you already got inspired. I want to be a
So
distinguished captain.
so I wanted to become a uniform guy even in
Mm.
school. So I joined pengakap.
Mm.
And then after that went to join karate as well. Just I wanted to wear something, you see. I always have that. Even now, my job previously working on a ship, I also with the uniform also.
That is
Oh, this one
uh
is the school prefect.
school prefect. Before ada gambar pengakap. Let me see.
Ada ke?
Tada!
Oh, okay. Wah, ada. Dapat
You
cari
got
pula, aduh. Yeah, this one with the chief minister. I think previously Tan Sri Kosukun. So he was the former chief minister of Penang. Kat Komta tower tu kita ada naik atas. Sebab masa tu I think we represent Penang Penang state to Jamboree. I think kat Melaka ke kat mana. So before we went over, we went to the chief minister, dia adalah bagi I don't know some check ke, some money sponsor, something like that lah.
Yeah. And then you also have martial art.
Yeah,
Right.
karate.
Yeah,
Yes.
karate.
Oh,
Don't
you memang cari semua
Don't play. so, so and then but I think there was one pivotal time when you shared with me before about your dad wanting to go to a good school, right? Can you share a little bit about that to the audience?
Okay, I was actually in a primary school. I was in a Chinese primary school. I think many people didn't knew. I studied Chinese, but the thing is, my Chinese is not so good because one of the reason I always believe language you have to practice. You can't just go to school. Ramai orang dihantar budak pergi sekolah Cina tapi balik tak cakap. Parents, even some Malays, they are sending their children to Chinese school, but even balik rumah parents tak cakap. But I have friends, adik-beradik, semua sekolah Cina. So, the siblings, they even speak Chinese. The parents tak faham, tapi adik-beradik cakap Cina. Malay family, So, you need practice lah. So, I don't have someone to practice with me at home. So, because of that, my Chinese is not so good. I speak Malay with my mom. I speak Chinese dialect with my dad. So basically, no chance to talk about to speak English.
Yeah.
So and because my result is not so good for standard 6 UPSR, so unable to enter lah. I mean, so-called prestigious English school like Penang Free School.
Yeah.
Sebab kat Penang ni, Penang Free School is like the Oxford lah. They call it, some kind of Oxford lah. So banyak nak masuk. This is a school of our late who is that? Tunku Abdul Rahman, even the Sultan of Perlis, royal family lah, study in Penang Free School, sekolah menengah. So because my result is not so good, unable to enter Penang Free School as well. Even your result is good, but the rest is okay. Only my Chinese is not. I think I got B or C. I can't remember for the Mandarin. So the school principal said I unable to join Penang Free School. So he recommended my dad to go to Methodist Boys School MBS, which is next road of Penang Free School. Sebelah je. I mean, one road just behind. So my dad actually during that time he took his motorcycle. He has been I would say he's a very responsible father. I mean, without him doing that, I don't think I will be here who I am today lah. Itu his motorcycle because pengarah sudah cakap masuk sekolah yang tak bagus because I don't know which school. Can't remember. I think it's a Chinese school because it's Chinese primary school. Biasalah you akan pergi Chinese secondary. But my dad do not want me to continue Chinese school anymore. So he said, okay, you go sekolah kebangsaan. Sekolah kebangsaan free school yang macam prestigious tidak accept me. So my dad took his motorcycle and he looked for MBS, just really begging the pengetua masa tu to accept me during that time. So I feel very touched. Until today, I still have that very special moment, remembering what he have done to me.
Wow. So he actually asked go around and what you mentioned that he actually still wearing his uniform, right?
Yeah. He actually because he wanted people to know that he is wanted to be distinguished jugalah sebab ada parents cakwetiau lah apa macam-macam. So he's thinking okay maybe I'm wearing a government kerajaan this Malaysia Airline, maybe ada chance sikit lah pengetua tengok pun sedap hati sikit. So he is trying his best whatever he can do to to get the attention from the school, to have his son to to enroll inside. Very touched me lah.
Yeah. Okay, I just want to say hi Atika. He's saying come.
Hi Atika.
And hi also Nur Darwisha Nurizan. Thank you for joining us.
Hello.
Yeah. So let us know if you guys can resonate to James on like how your parents supported you in getting the school that you want to. Yeah, just share with us and comment. At any time you want to ask James, Captain James anything, just put it on the comment, okay? So so from that moment, he managed to get you into the school. What was the condition the principal gave to your dad?
He said because Methodist Boys School is also a very old English school established I think 200 years ago. So what they say is they usually tak ambil orang sekolah Cina, not to be racist lah, they try to reserve for kebangsaan sekolah rendah dengan kebangsaan sekolah menengah lah. But because my case is quite special, so they say allocate kelas yang paling belakang hujung sekali, special for me lah. So that is considered last class. Despite you pandai UPSR pandai belajar pun, because you are from Chinese, so you consider not the elite one, but belakang, start from zero. So from that onwards, I also noticed that class is very important, and school also play a very important role. So
Right.
kalau you masuk sekolah koyak, you how to say, very high percentage koyak juga lah. So if you enter a last class, you have to be very determined to be distinguish yourself among the children in the class, and then try to climb. Pun jangan pijak orang kepala, all these things. You have to improve yourself lah. So since day one, I knew that I can do it, although I'm a last class, but I am not because of my previous UPSR result. I become last class. I'm last class because ada condition. I'm a Chinese school. That's why I datang Methodist Boys School jadi last class. So I need to prove to the pengetua dengan prove to myself that I don't deserve this class. You see, so that I start to do extra work compared with the budak biasa lah kat situ.
Yeah. So your driven factor was to prove to them that you're not supposed to be that class lah. That what was your driving factor?
I think more importantly, you have to prove yourself, because when you prove to others, you feel very penat. You're very tired. But when you prove to yourself, people will see. You see. So I think a lot of people say you have to prove to others. I think that it will be later part lah. The first step, the kickstart, you have to prove yourself first. Yeah.
Right. So that was the driven factor to prove to yourself that you can do better than this to grow up. Yeah. So I just want to share a picture of the baby James. Si Chomelote, cute-nya you. Is that your mommy?
Yes, my mom. Yes.
Your mom is so pretty.
Thank you.
Okay, and then it's your birthday.
Yeah, Ninja Turtle cake.
Ninja Turtle cake. You are yellow. Which one is your brother?
My brother is the one holding the knife. We are 7 years different.
Yeah. So yeah.
If I'm 5 there, maksud dia dah ni lah, dah sekolah menengah ni. Form 3 or 13 like this, I think.
Okay. So I believe you shared with me before that he's also same industry as you are.
Yeah, he's a ship captain as well.
He's a ship captain as well. So okay, tell me this story. How did you become from a last class? You became a
prefect.
Yeah, prefect.
This my dad. This my dad.
Dad, and this is your
mom.
Yeah.
My mom. Yeah. I mean, when I was in primary school, Chinese school, I selalu malu tau. Tak suka parents come to school. A lot of the kids, they like their parents come to school. I don't like. My parents come, I will halau them. I say, go, don't come. I don't want to see you. I feel stressed. So, and I think maybe because when I was in primary school, sekolah Cina tu dia macam sekolah kaya tau. Semua, Mercedes, BMW, all the parents very rich lah. So my parents hantar I pergi sekolah tu sebab dia alamat. They follow the address. Ngam-ngam, my address is very near to the school, so I was assigned there. But during recess time, I tengok ramai ibu bapa yang kaya, but my parents are not kaya. So I don't want them to feel bad. And people might think that I look down at my parents, but I don't. I just wanted to think that my parents, maybe they will feel bad surrounding with rich parents. So I told them no need to come. At a very young age, umur 7, 8, I already have that thought. But when they left the school, I actually had tears. I cry. I feel very bad. But the thing, I have to be strong. I tell myself, I have to be strong. I cannot rely on my parents. So sometimes they come and see me, they picked out. Instead of come and see openly, they always, pergi tembok dia, go and see me. Oh, how is James? Recess time. Tengok, oh, okay. Like this. Because if they really let me saw them, I will halau them. Don't come.
You're trying to be strong lah.
I try to be strong. Young time lah. Sekolah rendah lah. But sekolah menengah, when you see that photo, prefect kan, I feel proud. Opposite, I feel proud. I say, okay, father, mother, come to my school. Come to Methodist Boys School. I show you what is my school. Why I'm so proud with my school. So because my brother is from Penang Free School. Kan tadi I cakap Penang Free School, I tak dapat masuk kan. So I ni kira macam kena reject lah. Kena macam Oxford, reject Oxford lah. So when I go to Methodist Boys School, it's like something like rival of the Penang Free School lah. Macam Cambridge and Oxford macam tu lah. So when I'm in Methodist Boys School, I tell myself, okay, my parents come to my school. Your son now is a prefect with a blazer, with a white
Yeah.
pants. So that was a sport day lah. Tak silap I sebab ada kemah semua tu kan. So
Yeah.
so that's how it ended lah, that picture taken.
Okay. But before I want to ask you that story how you became a prefect. I want to read what Atika says. She says, my parents sent me to a Chinese school from kindergarten until Darjah 4. I remember my mom went to our Chinese neighbor's house to help to understand my homework. Bagus. Our parents are really blessing. All I know last time nangis je. Atika, kenapa you nangis je ni?
But very stressed lah. You study Chinese school and the bag very heavy tau. And homework tak habis-habis. Sometimes my mom write for me also. Night time macam apa ejaan okay, but the ejaan I kena buat sendiri. Yang macam tulis-tulis
Yeah.
my mom really helped me. My dad helped me do mathematics. My mom helped me the tulis. I baca ejaan sebab next day ujian ejaan. So three of us assigned have a task
Yes.
for
Yeah.
Chinese that time lah. Now I'm not sure, but this is the stress part.
Yeah, I know. I know that because I've seen it to my youngest sister. She
Oh.
goes to Chinese school. And I see that after habis sekolah buat homework. And then makan, after that kena buat homework lagi. It's like never ending,
True.
And then I remember one day my dad had to fill up some form. And then in that form, the teachers are asking whether the father is checking on the kids or doing the job or have to do like putting the responsible of the parents too,
Yes.
So it was I think must be very, very stressful but of course I think their intention is to make you guys very focused and very strong and very smart, very kan.
True.
Tapi I think kalau I pengsan kot.
Yeah.
Tuition, Tika was said tuition for standard 1.
I still remember I was quite a perfectionist. Macam kan tulisan Cina tu. I wrote, I sudah tulis tapi I padam. Tulis padam tau. Sebab I nak perfect yang macam okay, circle I need to write very nice circle. I cannot sengit padam. Until my mom also, my mom say, okay, sudahlah James, sudahlah, jangan padam-padam lah. You nak tidur dah pukul 11 lah. Padam tulis. So taken a lot of time consuming lah during that time.
So 10 Kacha, hi, welcome to our show, my Mamaliez show. So he says, interesting sharing, James. It's the same thing when I was in primary school. I used to push my parents away just because I don't want to be compared with others. Because you don't want to be compared, or he doesn't want to be compared with others. Okay. So, all right. So I guess not only you push parents away. I don't remember if I pushed my parents away. I can't even remember what happened when I was in primary school. So. Yeah. So, okay. So tell us, how did you become a prefect? You were in last school, okay? Last class. So you are in last class, okay? Because I have never heard anyone in the last class become prefect. Because usually prefects come from the first class or second class. So how can you, a boy from the last class, become a prefect?
Okay, very good question. I think that you asked me the same question again, and I try my best to remember what I've said. I hope the story is matched. Okay, my I remember the prefects. Cikgu kan dia ada satu cikgu kan. I have a teacher who in charge the prefect. Her name is Miss Tan. Okay, she's single. She's very tall. I think taller than average man. I think average man. She's very tall. I think 6 foot. Sebab tu I rasa dia bujang kot. Tapi she's a very strict Malaysian Chinese. Miss Tan. Her name Tan. I can't remember what's her full name, but we all call her Miss Tan. She is a person who speak very less but very good English. So what was happened was she actually being impressed with my English in the class because she is teaching the language that I'm good at. So I also saw her after class, after school, that she got this discussion with the prefects of. So I'm very very jealous, not jealous, how to say, very impressed what she have done. Then one day I approached her, I just asked her how anyone, is it anyone can be selected as a prefect, and I wanted to know more. And she actually gave me a chance. Like what you say is true that no last class, boys wanted to be a prefect. So on the very first time, even in first year in Methodist Boys School, I wanted to be distinguished myself. I say if I just study, I can't compete with the first class. I cannot show them academically. Maybe I need something else. I need something
Right.
more. So I
Right.
say, okay, maybe I become prefect is something. Kalau sebab nanti jadi librarian, librarian or traffic yang jaga traffic tu semua, I feel like wasting time lah. Better shoot the highest one. So the rest or tepi-tepi librarian, or because I also like the tie. Sebab when you become
Ah,
prefect, you have a tie kan. So I like
ah.
uniform, I like tie. So because the tie you earn it, you need to earn the tie. Tak macam tiap-tiap orang ada kan. So I asked
You mean as a prefect also need to earn a tie?
I
There's two
mean,
type
I
of
mean, prefect you have a tie, librarian kan ada tie,
so
apa traffic warden traffic warden, I
Ah.
tak ingat lah, ada lah. So macam-macam, ada hijau, biru lah. So I always curious what is, and I think class monitor juga setengah sekolah pun ada tie kan. So class monitor I tak dapat been appointed because it's very unlucky lah. You need majority support kan. So cikgu saya cakap, okay, siapa nak jadi class monitor, okay, majority vote lah apa. I'm not famous, so I'm thinking, if I'm not famous, why not I become a prefect? I asked the Miss Tan lah. Miss Tan said can, you can try. So I try lah. I was there, I think all you need to do is ask. There are a lot of times opportunity out there. People, they feel very afraid. They say they feel so small of themselves.
Yes,
They're not asked. But
Yeah.
once you ask, you will know that that could be your first step.
Yeah.
For everything.
Yeah, that's what I really admire about hearing your story, is that you have no fear to ask, to get what you want. And you go after it. So what did you have to do when the teachers say, okay, you ask, and then what the teacher asks you to do to become a prefect?
They obviously they give me provision, see how is my performance, how I've done, how do I conduct myself basically, because last class kan macam budak jahat kan, so dia first kali dia nak tengok you perangai macam mana dulu.
Okay.
So for me, I'm not because of my attitude pergi last class, or not because of my study, because I'm from Chinese school. See, so when I'm Chinese school, I go there. But I also, the school, the performance are quite tough juga. So I think the second year Form 2, I pun tak first class, I pun kelas tengah je. So I slowly, climbing.
You slowly go up lah, right?
Yeah, slowly slowly. I remember got 6 or 10 class lah. So 10, 8, then 6, then become 1, this kind of thing.
Yeah. So that means you were slowly climbing up yourself, and then you were showing your good self lah. You prepare yourself to go better and better, and finally you go up. Awesome. And then finally you go one of the top class, right? On your
Yes, and my top class, majority of them always in the top class since Form 1. Majority, because you know lah, you tahu siapa selalu first class je kan. So when I was Form 5, I seen these people. Actually, I'm same class with them. I feel very impressed. Oh, finally dah 5 tahun lah I dah tunggu finally with this elite group, all the while I only pandang tau, ayo, these
look
people
from far only.
look from far. Now I'm same class with them. So
And then
that is
what
the
happened?
price you pay lah. I mean, But what? Sorry.
What was their reaction when they saw you in the class?
Okay, reaction First kali they actually heard my name because I'm a prefect kan. So they say, adalah seorang ni mama siapa lah last class pun nak jadi pengawas, biasalah politik kan. So cakap gosip, okay. But I never kacau them. Then after that, I remember Form 3 ada seorang sains, cikgu sains, dia cakap dengan first class dia lah. Dia say, you orang ni buat malu lah. Your Form 3 ada bab sex education kan, you ingat? Yang macam sperma, ovari tu kan. I'm the top scorer tau. Whole form. Then the size cikgu, I think I got 97 97 or 90,
Oh,
almost perfect
yo.
tau. Then
Oh.
the cikgu same cikgu yang ajar last class punya science, dia ajar first class juga. Dia cuma ajar 2 kelas ni je. Tengah dia tak ajar. So itu nama cikgu siapa? Hakim ke apa tak ingat lah. Melayu So he bring his buku, he go to the first class same day. He said, "Hey, you all buat malu lah first class. Tak ada seorang pun dapat 90 marks or 80 something. Got one guy behind last class 97, you know." Then they also, siapa ni lah, aduh. So after that they find out me lah. Then after recess time, I got a few friends come, "Hey, James, are you very famous now? Oh, you first class, we also heard of your name. You also behind don't know where kan." So that's how it started lah. Then after that, when I same class with them, they said, this guy lah, last time talk about sex expert.
You're the sex expert. Don't play.
No lah, those days lah. Yeah.
So and then when you went to finish your high school, so what's next? What happened after that?
Well, after I finished my high school, I went to work a shoe company, a ladies shoe company. Ladies shoe company, because my brother always worried that I'm like a spoiled kid sebab kan paling youngest kan. I never wash my own plate at home. Even my dad, my mom have to prepare food for me to eat. I never prepare the table. My dad is a very good cook. I'll give my credits to my dad. Actually, my dad cook better than my mom. I'm very sorry, mommy, if you watch this live. So he cooked better. My dad actually went to the market. He is like the mother in the house lah. My dad. So dia buat masak, dia semua prepare. So nasi dia letak semua meja dengan all the fork spoon. Only he call me, come and eat. James, come and eat. Oh, okay, I come and eat. After eat, I walk away. He is the one who clean the plate. I'm that kind tau. So my brother very worried lah. Orang macam ni macam mana boleh naik kapal? Sure tak boleh tahan lama atas kapal. So he said,
because you're so pampered.
So pampered. So he said, okay, you now go to work in the supermarket. You never earn money before in your life. Selalu jadi pengakap je apa dalam hutan camping kan. So what you can do? So I went to supermarket. I find a job there. Got one store is selling lady shoe. That's why until now I always like to see kalau perempuan keluar, I suka tengok kasut sebab I jual kasut. Because I jual kasut, I see ini kasut very very suitable. I will very, how to say feeling very like it lah when perempuan tu pakai kasut macam mana, all this thing. Start from the job lah, because I was the only boy tau kerja sana. Dia tak angkat, tapi dia cakap okay lah, you sebab lepas SPM you nak try sebulan kan. Okay, I buat sebulan. So benda-benda berat I angkat lah.
Hey Captain, you are from sex expert, you become shoe expert.
So I think I lasted there 3 months. A lot of story there also lah. Got some story also. Got one perempuan, she quite like me. After that I only know it's a boss punya anak perempuan tau. I don't know. Because she never wear uniform. Kan semua kita kan ada uniform kan. You kerja kerja kedai kan ada uniform. Dia tak pakai uniform. Tapi she like me. I can feel she like me lah. Always talk to me. Then I asked her, why you don't wear uniform one? She said, got lah. Tapi dia tak mengaku tau, boss punya anak. After that one day, the boss came. Then they call him Papa. So I know already. This is a boss daughter. The rest is history lah. Yeah.
Okay. So and then after that, what happened? What you do?
After that, I silently apply for a scholarship because my dad told me that we actually how to say what's the word? My dad said we apply for scholarship not because we are poor, but because we want to show the society that we are worthy. So even until today, I did my MBA, I did my Master Mariner in New Zealand. All I asked for scholarship. I seorang yang tak malu. I will ask, like I told you, jadi prefect I pun tanya kan last class. So what is this? So I always ask. Tak dapat lah, but I will ask. So I now I become expert of asking. I have a strategy. And my way of asking until the level, kalau you tak bagi kan, you will feel guilty. I mean, email lah, on email.
Must learn from you lah.
No lah, I mean,
I know how to ask my husband for things, right?
so these
Until
are
he
the
becomes so guilty that he has to give me.
so these are
Ah,
the art of asking lah.
asking,
So
out of asking.
so
Wow,
I have
wow.
some style lah, especially official letter. I really like it. So when I write it in a way orang tu baca kan, aduh ini tak bagi apa rasa bersalah lah. So
Okay,
they
okay,
somehow will
okay,
give,
okay.
tak
What is
bagi
it?
tak bagi
What is
full, but little
uh-huh.
pun akan
Okay,
bagi.
what is it point that you give that if they don't give it to you, that they feel guilty of not giving to you? What point do you use? Like
I
what?
think value. I emphasize a lot on the value, not
Mm.
why you not why you want to give it to me, but what I can do after this. You see, I very emphasize on that. Setengah orang cakap, you kena bagi I sebab I ada ni, I SPM ada 10A, and ni. It's all about you. But if you try to say that with this, I can do something for others. With this, I can do
Oh,
this to serve the community. With this, I can inspire people. With this, I can brand your company. With this, I can become ambassador. With this, so orang tu akan think, uish, betul jugalah. Tapi kalau you cuma cakap your own self, it's very hard selling, very desperate. You see, so
so
another way lah use.
So the beauty part with this is then you said this is what I can do. That's a very excellent point.
Oh, thank you.
Captain James, that's very excellent point. Okay, good. So and then okay, why is it you silently asked for the scholarship?
Because my like I say lah, my dad, not my dad, my brother do not want me to go to the sea. He never feel confident. Bukan tak believe. I rasa he believe in me, but he have no confidence. Dia takut nanti, his adik yang pampered ni tak pernah cuci pinggan kat rumah pun, tak pernah sapu lantai kat rumah pun, pergi atas kapal habis hancur. Because you as a crew, as a sailor, you akan cuci tanda semua tu. So because he's a sailor before, he's a captain, so obviously whatever I'm going through soon, he already went through, so he know that this life maybe it's not
he was being protective of you lah.
Same like my I think I mentioned to you my late grandfather as well. He was a sailor, so he also said the same thing. He said, I'm because of sailing, I built up this family. You all don't sekarang yes, they taken this in I think Bukit Bendera. That was his friend. My granddad is the right side one. The one with the top one. Yeah.
And then this you.
My brother.
Your brother. So this your whole family, right? This one.
Yes. Wow, I can find out my whole family. I'm the one with the yellow lah.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then you apply for the scholarship?
I apply a few, tapi setengah tu ada layan, setengah tak layan. But I'm very happy I got accepted to serve with MISC because they're looking for people to belayar atas kapal, and they given the scholarship tak banyak. I think interview sebab kena pergi interview. I remember the interview was in Swan Hotel Ipoh for Northern Region. So during the interview we found out that ada 1,000 orang 1,000 orang apply. Hanya I think 100 orang pergi interview. Then at the end I think they taken only 50 of them. Something like that. So they're narrowing down the candidates, and I'm considered one of the lucky one lah dapat.
You're the top 5% lah. Wallah.
Yeah. So it's very very lucky lah, I can say, very lucky. Yeah.
That's not just lucky, okay?
Many things lah in a way, many things.
It's I would say it's a lot of strategy also. You going up from last class, going to where you want to go. You focus on your goal. So you know what's your goal are. You need to find ways how to get there. You may not get there immediately, but you will get there. You just need to find and figure out how to get
That,
there.
that's how actually reminds me of the story I told you. My principal, his name is
Uh,
Mr. Ko, Mr. Ko Hongin. He is I think some Methodist council lah sekarang ni sebab dah retire kan. So he
yeah.
always tell the kids that, oh, must study hard, don't too much play outside and all this thing. After I dapat scholarship, sekarang dia cakap, oh okay, don't study so much, must involve with curriculum, must play karate, must go join pengakap, don't only study. Because I break the stereotype, you see. People like him, I is a very good example because sometimes it shows that cuma 10A tak cukup. You need to have something beyond to show people who give you the scholarship to
Yeah.
impress them.
Yeah, I think there's a good message also to all the parents, especially in
Yes.
Malaysia or any other countries, that I mean, that's why I don't send my kids to certain school. I send my kids to IB International School because they don't focus too much on academic.
Mm.
It's about the whole everything overall, and it's just you need to focus on what they are good at.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, okay. Apa ni? Don't know we have a lot of similar things happen to us, Jane, just that we have different situation and circumstances. Yes.
Mm.
And then here Adrina say, hi Adrina.
Sex to ladies shoe.
Yes, sex lady. Dia sex expert dan shoe expert. Don't play. I can scale you S and S expert. Oh, S and S.
SNS.
Bukan S and M. Apa tu? Apa tu?
Ya, SM lah tu.
Oh, is
But
it
SS lah. Yeah. Yes, SM.
use
Yeah.
SM. SM.
Yeah.
SSBSS expert. Yeah. So okay. So then you went to here, right? Yeah.
Wah, ya. This is my graduation day. Academy Lab Malaysia, Alam.
Alam. So they get you
See, I'm so
heard
thin that time. Aduh.
you kat depan ni kan?
Inilah yang tengah tu. Yeah.
Okay.
Wah,
Wow.
you actually really looking through all my photo. Malu lah sekarang ni.
Tak apa. Ini smart cik. Teng teng.
Yeah, that was my convocation punya baju.
Wah.
I'm the top. I'm on the fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4 from the bottom. Yeah.
Patutlah you nak uniform. Smart dia
I like uniform. Yeah. Until now I still suka. Tapi tak muat lah suka.
Ladies man already. Yeah, I think the boys when they become distinguished, more confident, more ladies man lah, right?
I think must have self confidence dulu lah. Macam I cakap tadi lah, you need to you need to compare yourself. Jangan compare orang lain. Yeah.
Right. So okay, so after you graduate, Alam, what happens?
After graduate Alam, I worked with MIC for a few years. I worked with them for I think 6 or 7 years. Then I went to other company to expose myself. A few companies actually, because they given me the opportunity. I have to thank them as well. And finally, I took the opportunity to study in New Zealand.
This one is your.
Oh, this was taken last year during the pandemic. Yeah.
Pandemic, you have to wear like this.
Yeah, this one in Taiwan.
Taiwan. This one?
This one in Taiwan also. Yeah.
This is the kind of ship that you work on?
Yes.
So how long do you have to stay there usually every time?
Usually I stay 10 months. Wah, you memang pergi cari gambar semua. This ship OOCL New York, we actually travel Canada, Vancouver, LA dengan Hong Kong. So we always sorry.
So usually for one trip, how long does it take?
We actually depends on the distance, obviously. So for Vancouver dengan Hong Kong, let's say crossing the Pacific, fastest we can get is I think 10 hari tak dapat. I think you need to be 11 or 12 days lah. Yeah, all this picture lah.
Yeah.
memory.
But how was it? Tell us how was your initial experience on the sea? Like you mentioned when you were early 20s. How was it for you when you started?
Actually, just to let everyone know here, my first day when I joined the ship, right, kapal belum gerak I sudah muntah tau. Nobody know. I tell you this joke, I've been telling a lot of people. They say, "Hey, you got seasick?" I say, "Seasick is when the ship moving." But for me, ship not yet moved out. I baru first day. Kapal pun tengah apa parking lagi. Kita
Dog,
panggil parking alongside. I sudah muntah tau kat bilik. So when I muntah where? I muntah at the sink. Bukan dalam jamban tau, sink. So sink tu sudah stuck
block.
stuck with sudah block. I still remember. So I went to look for the engineer kan, cadet kan. Engineer bagi spanner yang besar. Paling besar punya spanner kat engine room tu. Wah, very big. He said, okay, you pergi buka you punya ni, sink. So my I think first night, second night, everyone sleeping. I busy opening the sink sebab sudah sumbat. I kan vomit kan. Aduh, those days lah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
ingat lagi.
How was it being was it easy or was it hard, or did you how
Mm,
do you take care of yourself, like did you affect, how do you manage? I mean, initially started, it must not be easy for you. Yeah,
yeah, it's always not easy. I mean, even you work for many years, you still not easy. It's like
because
example.
yeah
Mhm.
to be
Sorry.
on sea, to be in the sea for so long, there must be some effect. I mean, you must be mentally strong and
Mm.
emotionally strong to
Yeah,
be
I
away from
always I always
family.
tell people, you are having what work from home, COVID, you are staying at home, right? They call stay at home. I told them for the past 15 years, I've been living this kind of life, stay at home life, the COVID stay at home life. Sudah 15 tahun. So this is nothing for me. And now you have the microphone, you have the webcam, you can talk here. It's very nice compared with the
Mm,
ship. We don't have, and we are away from family. Macam
mm,
sekarang ni pun tak ramai duduk dengan family, also away juga. But you can video call. But when
mm.
you're on a ship, you can't. I mean, there's no internet there. So I've been passing that kind of life, and that is how I've been very much seorang. I pun boleh hidup sebab already trained by default. I can survive anywhere with
Oh,
anyone. Yeah.
yeah, because it's like really isolated. You mean there's no internet? That means there's no connection with anybody or anywhere.
The
How do you,
only communication you have is the captain and the office for emailing lah. Tapi social tak ada. No, you don't have. Only
but
for work.
how do you pass your time then if you're doing your
We have a large swimming pool. We have gym. We have mini theater. We have library. So these are the things that actually occupy our time. Yeah, we have karaoke. That's how I train my singing skill as well. Whenever I feel sad, I go and sing. And we don't have the CD type of karaoke. We have really have a set. You boleh select select satu dua tiga, page one, page two. Sort by the singer, sort by the title of the name.
mm,
So I always sing the song depending on the nationality of the crew on the ship.
mm,
Opposite means if I
mm.
sail with the China crew, I will sing Malay song. Then they feel very impressed. Whoa, this James can sing apa Malay song So when
Mm,
I sail with the Malay, I will sing Chinese or English song. Then they will feel
mm.
very different as well. So I try mix in here and there.
Right.
Uh,
So during that early part of your career, was there the biggest challenge that you went through at that point?
yes, in fact, we actually have some incident before
Mm,
where we almost have collision, almost hit a ship. So that
mm,
was during my time. I was on the they call it bridge. Bridge tu macam kapal punya macam kapal terbang
mm,
punya cockpit.
mm,
On a plane we call cockpit.
mm,
Tapi kalau atas kapal panggil bridge. So
mm,
I personally witnessed that, almost kena langgar
mm.
almost lah, tapi tak kena,
Okay.
almost. So when that happened, you feel very frightened,
Ah,
so much frightened, you almost terkencing tau.
oh,
Yes, because
okay.
the ship don't have a brakes. I
Mm,
always tell orang, you bawa kapal dengan bawa kereta lain. You bawa
mm,
kereta nampak orang, you boleh tekan brake. But
mm,
ship, how you tekan brake? Ship
mm,
tak ada brake, you
mm.
see.
Yeah.
So There are
So
many
that
things to
was
consider.
that was quite scary for you lah. Okay,
Um,
your brother had a main concern because he thought that you could not survive this because of you
mm,
being pampered lah, your family.
mm,
Okay, did was he obviously he wasn't right at that point that you did
mm.
survive it, but was there any point when you initial start when that you went through tough time emotionally as well,
What do you mean? Myself?
like yeah, your mental health, your emotional health?
Hmm. I actually almost encounter a suicide case for myself because I've been threatened on the ship, been bullied. You know, bullied, there are many kinds. So
uh,
one of the kinds that I had was being threatened. I don't really like it. I mean, obviously nobody like it. So I wanted to end my life. So there is one part when I just really go to the side of the ship. Actually, ships to have suicide case is very common. Not common, very very easy. Kalau you nak bunuh diri atas kapal, you just lompat je. You, macam Titanic, you lompat, okay, you habis lah. So I almost did that, and I started to reflect a lot of things. How my parents brought me up. You know, I feel
mm,
so proud what my parents had done to me, and I also feel that if I end my life like this, my parents will be very disappointed. So because of that, I uh, s- give myself a step back,
mm,
and I still on the ship. I can't go, and the ship was in Brazil, South America. You know, trading that. So
mm,
I can't go home. I nak balik pun, I kena bayar my own flight ticket.
mm,
So and I don't earn much that time. So kalau
mm,
I nak bayar pun, my saving all habis sebab itu flight ticket very expensive kan from South
yeah.
America. Bayangkan dia balik Malaysia. So so sad lah. So how? So that's the moment I really tak enjoy langsung atas kapal. There are ships that I really enjoy. Everyday karaoke, you know, even though we work but we sing, we make friends. But there are ships like this. I mean, it's very subjective lah. This thing, yeah.
Okay, so it really depends on the people around you
Mm,
as well.
yeah. Mhm.
So but do you manage to overcome it uh after you know what's that you want to continue, and then did you manage to uh you know diffuse the situation, or how after that? Because how long that you have to survive before you go to the next stop, right?
Mm.
uh
Well, I think when I got threatened by that person, I also remind myself that when I reach the top, I should not do that because I know how the person's felt. You know, if I do the same thing as well. So that is a very big reflection lah, kan. So macam
mm,
you kalau you kena marah pun, you tahu you rasa sedih, so you jangan marah orang. You see, when you marah orang, orang tu pun akan sedih juga. So I mean that is the kind of reflection I have lah. At a very
mm,
young age, I sudah tahu sebab I cannot threaten. I don't like that feeling. Yeah,
mm,
and not only I don't do that, I try to inspire as well. You know,
mm,
actually I always tell people to inspire is a skill. Bukan semua orang boleh tahu. It's not
mm,
easy. It's not it might sound very easy, but it's not, and it's not common juga. So kalau you boleh jumpa orang can inspire you, I think you need to appreciate it and be grateful lah. Hmm.
wow, I never see as inspiring others is a skill.
Yeah, it is. It is a skill.
Wow, wow, I learned something new today. Few things
Okay.
actually. Art of asking one. Uh,
SS
S
ah.
SS expert two.
Aduh.
Lepas tu third apa yang ni?
This one lah about
Uh,
the how do you consider that?
uh, art of
What?
no as inspiring others is a skill. Oh
Yes, it
yeah.
is. I hope one day inspire others can be put in a resume, CV as a skill, officially. I hope
But
lah one day.
actually, you're right. When you are able to inspire others, the vibration changes around you.
Hmm. Yes.
Even your own vibration change,
Hmm.
because you inspire others. You also need to have a very high vibration, good vibrations,
Hmm.
right?
True.
So I think that yes, you are right. It is a skill, you know.
Hmm.
Because leaders, especially being leaders, You need to be inspiring. How can you be a good leader if you can't inspire others?
Mm.
Right? So yeah, James, thank you so much. I mean, I think that moment make you think and cause you to think that you could be the one who inspire, because you know when you live to inspire others,
Mm.
right? So
Yes.
okay, so after that, and then you went to Hong Kong, right?
Yeah, I was in Hong Kong for how many years? I think 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I was there 7 years. But the thing is, I actually on and off lah. I was in Hong Kong. I was in New Zealand as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And is that when did you meet your wife? Okay, Chen Chen, nak cari baba
My
you.
wife. Okay,
Chen
my
Chen Chen
wife.
Chen Chen.
I met her in a bar,
Where? In
Penang,
Malaysia?
Penang. Yeah.
Penang.
That time I was single. Got one friend lah. Got one friend. Dia tanya, tonight I got one free beer tau. You nak datang ke tak? Free flow. Yeah, my wife. Dia
Ah,
follow me to the ship. She sailed together
oh,
with me.
so
Yeah.
cantik. She's so beautiful. Look at that.
Oh, thank you, thank
She look like the Hong Kong star and that,
you. Hong Kong star.
or Taiwanese actress
Oh,
like that.
nanti dia dengar tak boleh tidur pula.
Play. Yeah.
So yeah, that's how lah. I mean, my friend recommend to me lah. But that time I still remember,
Ah,
dia duduk dekat bar tu. Dia tak
ah,
layan I lah sebab I ni pun tak handsome sangat kan. So I try to get her number, but she doesn't really entertain me lah. So she was sitting. I remember she was sitting. Then kawan I cakap, I'm going home lah. I say, going home? Dia
mm.
suruh I bawa kereta, bawa that girl go back lah. So I say, ayo like that lah. Ayo stranger lah. I so tak cakap boleh lah bawa sport car datang kan. I cuma bawa
But
my
it's
father's car.
your friend's friend, is it? She is your
My friend's
friend's.
friend, yeah.
Okay, okay, okay.
So my friends bawa dia pergi bar tu. Lepas tu my friend abandon her, asked me to send her home. So I say,
Oh,
aduh, ini kacau lah like that. Then after that,
ah,
she was sitting, I remember. But the moment when we about to leave the place, she stood up. Dia diri I think, tinggi she's tall. So even now, she is actually taller than me. I think a little bit lah, but I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Yeah.
wow, power, James.
Thank you.
Okay, so how long you guys been married?
Married for 5 years. We actually together for 7 years. So we dated for 2 years, then married for 5 years.
And this is a picture.
Yeah, yes. We took in Korea. So
Beautiful.
thank you.
Beautiful, cantik. Yeah, so and then you were saying that you went to New Zealand with her?
Yeah, we went to New Zealand. Ada juga ke gambar New Zealand ni? Aduh.
Ada ikut. Macam mana nak cari.
So we in New Zealand, we stay there, two of us, quite happy. We actually like it very much there. One of the reason we came back sebab kerja lah. Sana job prospect not so much, and I think the local are finding hard time to secure a job there. Macam Malaysia lah. Malaysia local pun tak ada kerja kan. So yeah, that's me. Yeah. That's
Okay. So
Navy
you were
Museum.
because you were studying there, right?
Yeah, I was standing there.
So and then after that you went back to Hong Kong and work in Hong Kong?
Yes, that's right.
Right.
So basically, spend very limited time in Malaysia lah. So when I'm in Malaysia, I meet my friends. I like to catch up with them to know what is happening, around people.
Yeah. So and then okay, how do you end up back to Malaysia now?
Because of COVID. Thanks to COVID, I'm back again. And this time after back, susah lah nak balik Hong Kong ke balik mana kan. So we find ways what to do. That's how actually it leads to the LinkedIn lah. Sebab tu I rajin main LinkedIn by hoping can get the attention of the recruiters kan.
Right.
Sebab you tak viralkan sendiri, orang tak kenal you. This is very much like personal branding lah. I pun tak masuk kagum punya kelas bombastic lah LinkedIn. I tak ada. I have no attend any class. I just have one mission. I think I
Right.
always tell people, when you're on social media or Instagram or any social media, you must know what's your mission. Jangan ikut
Mm.
orang. Orang tu dia buat benda ni sebab maybe it's for his business or for
Yeah.
awareness, like for your
Yeah.
case. Like for
Yeah.
me, I wanted to find a job.
Right.
Until now still the same. I tak ada macam orang, hari ni I want to sell cookies, I'm on LinkedIn, okay. Tak ada. I really focus on one for me to
Okay.
find a job until now. Yeah.
So when you say I want to find a job, and how did you think? What kind of branding you say? How do I get attention of the
Hmm.
apa job recruiter?
Okay, this is a very good question. I actually dapat juga soalan macam ni. Firstly, you have to have your forte. Wah, thank you.
Betul. Macam Korean.
Macam Korean because dia
Macam
kahwin kat situ, makeup artist pun Korean. So biasalah dia naturally dia makeup keluar muka pun macam sama muka yang makeup tu. So yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
So
back to LinkedIn. Yeah. So I think you need to know your forte. Very important. Sebab setengah orang dia ikut je. You buat live talk, I pun buat live talk. Tapi what is your live talk about? You see, you cannot just follow people. People jual nasi lemak, you also jual nasi lemak. But you must know what is your forte. You see, maybe you don't have to sell nasi lemak. Maybe you are good in doing chicken nugget. You might be distinguished. You see, you can sell the best chicken nugget in the town. Tak payahlah dia jual nasi lemak, you pun jual nasi lemak. You see, so I don't think I never believe that you need to compete with others lah. So macam tadi I cakap, firstly you need to compete yourself. You need to be very much knowing what you wanted to do. So on LinkedIn, I knew that I need to work in the corporate world. So I need to campur lah orang yang corporate ni, knowing some keywords, how they use their wording. Kadang-kadang you pakai ayat tu dia tak faham. So I will try to change the word. Macam kalau I banyak pakai term kapal ni, nanti orang darat dia macam for example like for your case, if I use too deep shipping language, you tak faham. So I need to change the word simple, then you faham. So I think that's very interesting. I like it.
We call it the layman terms.
Layman terms. So if you look at my LinkedIn profile, you feel very comfortable because I don't use very bombastic words. Sebab nanti I use, orang tak faham, because I always believe there are many people out there that you have no idea who they are. Maybe seorang CEO tak pernah berlayar kapal, tapi dia nak cari orang yang berlayar kapal. You see? So I always think, okay, maybe there are some people out there, they just have this kind. So I try always being, and at the same time, always wanted to be distinguished juga. Macam waktu sekolah rendah pun distinguished, sekolah menengah, sekarang masuk LinkedIn pun sama. Selalu nak be special. I just I don't want to follow others. But I never expect it to turn out the followers macam tu lah. Wah, ini pun you jumpa
I pun distinguished mah.
So the thing is, I kat sekolah I selalu tulis tau, sekolah magazine ni. I write poems juga tau. Love poem.
Yeah. Right.
So I remember ada sekali I jumpa satu perempuan. Dia cakap, "Hey, are you the James Foong the one who write the school magazine for Methodist Boys School I say, "Why?" "Oh, your name circulate in our girls' school saying this boy know how to write love poem lah, love." During that time lah, I rajin tulis tau, pantun-pantun ni love tapi keluar dalam majalah sekolah. So this majalah sekolah dia kan kongsi dengan sekolah lain. So this girls' school they say, "Oh, we heard this James Foong lah, but don't know who is this guy. You have the same name with him. Is it you?" I said, "Yeah, it's me." So the world is very small.
Patutlah your wife fall in love with you. Shoe expert. Itu poem expert pula.
Those days lah. Dah retire.
Poem expert. Dengar tu you all. Itu dah triknya. PSS.
PSS Aduh. I always try myself to do something special lah. Macam tu lah.
Playboy from school.
Playboy
Yelah. Ini kecil-kecil cili padi tau.
Cili padi ya. But I think jarang lah jumpa orang macam ni. They usually layan je lah. Like for me, I don't layan. I would think kan. Macam mana nak boleh think special. Ini bukan attention seeker tau. Ini distinguish. So people say, oh this guy what is his next trick? Orang akan macam ni thinking, what is James next thing gonna do? Apa dia buat pun benda yang special. So I always give people that kind of impression.
Yeah. So I just share a little bit some of what you have done, the Santai show. So maybe tell us a little bit more about the live shows that you have with different purposes, right? That you have also, people also bring you in from even the Nautical Institute invite you to do talks.
I was actually been elected as the council for the Nautical Institute. It's one of the very important institute in the maritime industry. So Malaysia, kalau orang Malaysia ni jarang lah apa jadi council member, kira macam committee lah. So I was one of the few of them. Okay, talk about my jam talk. Actually, jam talk is start off with why it calls jam talk. Okay, because it's somehow if I put James talk macam skema sikit lah. So why I put Jam? Jam was actually the name called by my late grandmother. So my late grandmother, dia tak boleh sebut James tau. Itu S dia tak boleh keluar. The Chinese they always have a very hard to pronounce the S. So always call me Jam. Jam, come here, Jam, So and she always, I remember she told me something very important. She said, Jam, the sky is like a mirror. It reflects everything. So from there, I've been inspired by her words. So knowing that whatever I do, the sky is like a mirror. So she already passed away not long. So to honor her, I thought I want to use Jam Talk. So it reminds me like my grandmother is still with me. Whatever she say is still in my mind when I do this Jam Talk. That's how the name get along. Yeah, many people didn't know that, so I thought I want to take this opportunity to say.
Wow, that's amazing.
Oh, thank you. And I actually started with the red team. The red one was original one. Started off on Zoom because I think I didn't get the LinkedIn Live yet during that time. I wanted to get LinkedIn Live. So I asked myself, macam mana dapat LinkedIn Live ni? You need to show to LinkedIn you are doing something. And I'm not good in talking. Kalau you tengok kat LinkedIn ni macam ada orang buat video cakap-cakap ni kan seorang kan. I tak boleh. I kena cakap dengan orang tau. I macam seorang cakap kat webcam. I tak boleh keluar. So what I do is I'm thinking, okay, maybe I should do a talk show, invite orang. I macam interact lah. I'm good at interact, but if talking alone, that's my weakness lah. So I started on Zoom, invite people masuk my talk show. That time I think in January. Early of this year. Yeah. I buat the show, I tell you, every day you tanya ni, Kak Ken tengok, every day, macam-macam lah, siapa pun masuk lah, Kak Intan lah, Cikgu Hisham, every day there's one fella until it flooded on LinkedIn. People say, hey, what is this Jam Talk? You see? So that's my intention, because the first month, I wanted to brand out my Jam Talk. So every day got one talk, don't know what topic, cuma cakap je. I want people to know this thing. For the first month. After that, dah tak ada dah. So, after that, I have my talk, on LinkedIn Live. Then I enjoy making another team, the Seafarers team. Sebab nak promote lah. Orang kapal ni, dia kira macam unsung hero. Ramai orang tak tahu orang kapal buat apa. So, yeah. So, I have this episode 3 lah. Episode 3, 4 is coming as well. So, inilah yang, ni tengok biru-biru ni kan, the blue team. For skater, for orang kapal je. Okay, so ada yang merah dengan
this one is merah, is it?
Bukan. No. Merah ada. Dia merah. Merah is the jarang ada keluar lah merah, the original one. So that one I invited a few important people, macam ada seorang kita biar member of parliament, MP siapa nama, Dr. Ong Ken Ming. Dia pun ada datang ambil Jam Talk juga. So we don't talk about politics, obviously we talk about life, what is a story about himself. So these are the things on the red one, the original.
Hmm.
Lepas tu santai talk yang tadi you tunjuk Merdeka tu. Santai talk is another different field. That one is name also called santai, which means we don't have topic, impromptu je. So kita ada ada apa soalan keluar pop out on the screen here. So we talk many things. Macam okay, do you call pisang goreng or you call goreng pisang? Something like that. So
Oh.
we have this kind of bodoh-bodoh topik lah, because to get people to talk, see. So biasanya tak bukan macam you dengan I 2 orang je, a lot full. Streamyard ni 10 orang boleh masuk kan maximum. So 10 orang dalam screen ni. That is santai. So I always organize it in advance. Cari orang lah. So kalau orang tu semua okay, so we set a date, then 10 orang tu akan keluar lah kat santai talk ni. Biasa every Saturday night 10 o'clock. Yeah. 9 o'clock, sorry. Yeah.
9 o'clock. Okay. So what's the for you, beside your personal branding, so that means your talk was each of it has different purpose lah, kan? So you were saying, you want to say something?
Oh, I actually wanted to do a green one. That one another suspense. I
Green
haven't not read. Ada biru untuk orang kapal, yang merah tu original, ada hijau nanti keluar. Macam Power Ranger pula.
Kuning tak ada kuning. Kalau
kuning tak ada.
Kalau you buat kuning kan, you macam buat housing untuk dalam sekolah atau rumah hijau, rumah biru, rumah merah.
Itulah. The like sukan
like sukan.
I have the green one. Green one is for the apa? Lately, many people talk about global warming. So the green one is to talk about global warming talk show. I have a few important speaker lah. So I'll do that slowly. So banyak lah. A lot of plans coming up, but slowly. Sebab kerja lah. I think I have to secure my full-time job first. Yeah.
So Atika asking you, how did you find inspiration to write, James?
You mean write the poem ke? Write what? I mean anything. Or on LinkedIn ke?
Mungkin LinkedIn lah kot.
LinkedIn. Okay, this one very interesting. Dulu I can tell you I write almost every hour. I rasa I tak kenal list lagi kot sebelum tu. Every hour until people menyampah lah tengok ni James ni banyak ni. Kadang-kadang I post from Facebook, I saw something interesting, I read on Google News, berita. Sometimes I jadi macam apa? Macam CNN reporter. Tau. I reporter. Always have a advocate on something. So you must write. When you advocate means like macam you like animal welfare. You can write about animals. How you feel about them. Your thinking. So masa tu ada sekali I gila apa tau? Gila Titanic. Always Titanic tau. LinkedIn always Titanic. You can I don't know Kaken, I think he was connected with me quite long time ago. So he knew lah whatever I wrote. I kalau gila satu topik every hour Titanic this one, why Titanic sunk, okay, why they call Titanic, why they don't call another name. So they are very curious, this kind of thing. So ada sekali I advocate on apa? Makan. So I always put food photo. What is nasi lemak? Why nasi lemak? Why I eat this one? Why I don't eat that one? Blah blah blah. So you need to have a topic that you really advocate on. Yeah. So I try not to talk about religion, not to talk about politics. Other than that, you can talk about especially your career lah. So macam for me, I'm a maritime professional, so I talk Titanic. I think it's quite relevant. So that is another another awareness you can be on LinkedIn. Yeah.
Right. So when you do all this branding, I guess it worked. That's how you got your somebody approach you to get a job. That's how you got your job right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the recruiter itself, I don't want to mention his name. I can tell you there are some recruiters 30-40 ribu follower 40 ribu follower tapi tak pernah post barang. Because when he approached me on LinkedIn, obviously I pergilah tengok dia punya profile.
Right.
Tengok apa dia post kan. Tak pernah post. Zero posting. You pergi dia punya activity kosong. Tapi dia ada 40 ribu, 30 ribu follower. Ada juga orang macam ni kat LinkedIn ni. So you have to be very presentable on LinkedIn. They are ghost hunter. They really look at you what you have doing, and then bila dia datang to you, offer you something, they already monitor you for a long time. You see, dia tak macam
Oh.
sengaja datang you sembang, tak ada. These people, I'm very sure with 30,000, 40,000 follower, with zero activity on LinkedIn, I'm very sure they are aware what they are doing. They just know. You see. So ada orang macam ni kat LinkedIn. So you just have to be, macam Atika ni, you try to be very presentable since day one, because all these are recorded and people are watching. Yeah.
Thank you for your tips,
No
Captain
problem.
James. Okay, so Captain James, would you like to share what are your message to the audience? Your last
Message,
message. Do you have
Okay.
any life tips, life message that you want to pass to you? That whoever gone through to your situation, like maybe they think they are the underdog, like they go through that, they thought there's nothing out there, they almost gave up. What's your message to
Well, I
them?
think firstly, um, you have to think of your parents. I think parents is very very close to what you're doing. You see, because there are many people out there. They always think of how small they are because they started to compare. You see, so when you compare, it's not to say it's not good to compare, but when you compare, try to compare yourself first before you compare with others. And if there's anything you wanted to reflect or wanted to bounce back, I think the best thing is to imagine refers them your parents, how much they brought you, and even you are sad in a relationship, like marriage or something, you want to commit suicides, or you found the wrong boyfriend, your boyfriend bully you, you ask yourself, is it worth this? Is your parents brought you up, and you cried because of someone's son? You see, it's not worth it. You see, for example, I mean just the example lah. Sebab kadang-kadang people they fall in love too much, they lost themselves, or maybe they committed too much on their job. They just forgotten about their own self. They just kerja, fall in love. But when things are broken emotionally, physically, try to think that how far you have come through. Your parents brought you up,
Yeah.
your mom, your dad, they don't want to see you sad. They don't want to see you like this, for sure, 100%. So think of them when you make a decision. Okay, don't do stupid thing that you will regret in your life, and your parents will always support you. Yeah, that's all from me.
Thank you so much, Captain James. I learned so much from you today, But I really admire that, that I think in the end, your resilience to just focus on your goal and never give up and keep continuing finding ways
Mhm.
to achieve to be where you are today.
Mhm.
And that's just amazing. And I
Thank you.
really very honored to have you with us and sharing your story with us, your
Mhm.
PSS expert.
Yes, yes, yeah. Okay, no problem.
Uh, so yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. If you let us know, comment even I dah tutup this show, you just tulis lah in the comment what are your takeaways
Mm.
from Captain James,
Mhm.
and before I go on, if you want to be connected with Captain James, you just connect with him at his LinkedIn, Captain James Foong,
Mhm.
and you can also watch his Jam Talk.
Mhm.
Um, when how do you have any specific time, or you just like whenever you feel like
Whenever, because firstly it's a volunteer program. I put very much attention on the speaker. Kadang-kadang mereka kan sibuk, so I also not a big person lah, so I say okay, I follow your time as long as you have time for me. And my Gem Talk is actually have only one and only mission, is to help my followers to gain more followers. Like for me, I don't think I need that attention anymore. Lah. I have really reached a point that I think I need to help others to gain
Yeah.
their visibility on LinkedIn. I think there's another level of helping others, not just
Mm.
help yourself.
Mm.
Uh,
Awesome. Thank you so much again. Okay, have a good night, everyone. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 4 p.m. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
I'll be there
you.
as well. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
All right. See you guys again. Bye.
Okay, good night.
Bye.